Do you want to learn some phrasal verbs that I, as an English native speaker, use every day? Well, you've come to the right place because in this video, I'm going to be teaching you 10 phrasal verbs that will help you sound more like a native speaker and that native speakers use almost every day. So let's get into it. The first phrasal verb I have for you today is to bring something up. We use this phrasal verb in the context of wanting to discuss something with another person or group of people. This could be a story, a piece of news, or an idea with another person. This is a common way to begin discussing something new in either a business or professional setting. For example, that is a great idea. I'll be sure to bring it up at our next company meeting. That's a great idea. I'll be sure to bring it up in our next company meeting. Moving on to the next phrasal verb, and that is to get across. This phrasal verb is very often combined with either try or attempt and is used to indicate that you're making an effort to communicate a particular message or an idea to someone or a group of people. To remember it, you can sort of think of it as to get across an idea from one head to another person. For example, I'm trying to get my point across, but Joe doesn't seem to want to listen. I'm trying to get my point across, but Joe doesn't seem to want to listen. The next one is to let on. This phrasal verb is very often used when talking about keeping something a secret that you or another person doesn't want to be revealed. Very often, it can be used both in a negative and positive sense. For example, don't let on that you know about the surprise party. They'll be so disappointed. Don't let on that you know about the surprise party. They'll be so disappointed. The next phrasal verb is to jump in. This is a great phrasal verb to describe a situation when someone has interrupted another person, usually while they're in the middle of a conversation or talking. A tip that I always tell my students for remembering this phrasal verb is you can think of it as almost one person jumping into the conversation of another person. For example, I was talking about my favorite movie and then he jumped in and made the whole conversation about himself. And the next phrasal verb is to dry up. This versatile phrasal verb can be used to show or tell the listener that something is not as plentiful as it once was and can be used in a whole variety of subjects. Everything from the environment to finance. Whenever there used to be a lot of something and now there isn't, you can use this phrasal verb. For example, she got her real estate license, but then the housing market dried up and she had to go back to her old job. She got her real estate license, but then the housing market dried up and she had to go back to her old job. And the next phrasal verb is to get through to. This common phrasal verb is used to indicate that someone is attempting to communicate or express an idea to another person, but is unsuccessful. For example, I tried explaining the project for 60 minutes before I realized that I just couldn't get through to. I tried explaining the project for 60 minutes before I realized I just couldn't get through to her. Next phrasal verbs sound the same but are used in two distinct ways. Talk something over is the first one, and we English native speakers use this phrasal verb in order to indicate something is being discussed, usually an intimate conversation between two people. For example, if you are having second thoughts about moving, let's talk it over tonight after dinner. If you're having second thoughts about moving, let's talk it over tonight after dinner. The second version of this phrasal verb is talk over someone, and it's used to indicate interrupting someone in a very rude and abrupt manner. For example, we were talking and Joe came over and just started talking over everything. We were talking and Joe came over and just started talking over everything. Now, how do you remember the difference between these two similar but completely different phrasal verbs? Well, the simplest way is that when you talk over someone, the object is moved to the end of the phrasal verb. But when you talk something over, the subject is moved into the middle phrasal verb and breaks it up into two pieces. So you talk over someone but you talk something over. Before I move on to the next phrasal verb, if you want even more English tips, tricks, and advice for improving it faster and more effectively, then get my free guides that will give you the same methods that I teach my students, and now I'm giving to you for free. Link in the description and first pinned comment. Following these strategies will help you go from limited and frustrated to super confident in English. So if you're interested, click the link in the description and first pin comment to get that guide. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the video. And the next phrasal verb I have for you today is to shut someone down. This phrasal verb is used to indicate the immediate rejection of someone's idea, usually in a very negative and rude way. For example, in 3 words, she shut him down and walked away. In 3 words, she shut him down and walked away. The next one is to back someone up. This one is used to indicate lending someone your support, particularly when they are being attacked or their idea is being dismissed. For example, he backed up his friend when her idea was attacked. Are you ready to test your phrasal verb knowledge? Great, because it's quiz time. If you aren't sure about any of the verbs, please rewatch the video. Don't worry, I'll wait right here. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. He sometimes has trouble, his meaning, in English. Talking something over, jumping in, letting on, getting across. And the correct answer is getting across. He sometimes has trouble getting his meaning across in English. Number 2, my friends to break up the fight. Jumped in, get across, talked over, got through. And the correct answer is jumped in. My friend jumped in to break up the fight. My boss, me during the meeting. Dried up, jumped in, got across, talked over someone. And the correct answer is talked over someone. My boss talked over me during the meeting. It took a long time, but I, my friends, to my side. Backed someone up, talked something over, talked over someone, got across. And the correct answer is talked something over. It took a long time, but I talked my friend over to my side. Do you have to, now? Bring something up, got across, dried up, back, someone or something up. And the correct answer is to bring something up. Do you have to bring that up now? The government has agreed, its allies, during the war. To bring something up. To shut someone down, dried up, to back someone or something up. And the correct answer is to back someone or something up. The government has agreed to back up its allies in the war. I wanted to finish the meeting quickly, but people kept getting across, drying up, bringing something or someone up, jumping in. And the correct answer is jumping in. I wanted to finish the meeting, but people kept jumping in. Congratulations! How can you do in the quiz? Tell me in the comment section below. If you're feeling really confident, then write in the comment section using one of these phrasal verbs in a sentence. Also, don't forget to get my free PDF guide that will give you tips, tricks, and advice for improving your English faster. Link in the description and first pinned comment. Now, at this point of the video, I've taught you and later tested you on 10 phrasal verbs that we English speakers use every day. But if you're someone who wants to switch things up a bit, then watch this video here where you'll be able to learn some slang words and really shock English native speakers. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more free lessons just like this. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!